Hi everyone. Today is excuse me, Sunday, December 13th, and I've been up for the last couple hours working on some things. I'm helping some people just try to self-advocate and just encourage people to have the confidence to conceptualize a response to some problems in their way first and then seek additional assistance. So I've been up for a couple hours doing that, but just kind of speaking with some people, just trying to get them on, just trying to process what they're going through and, just really trying to get them to, take a little bit more time to trust in themselves and their ability to fight back. So I spent some time doing that, and then I got on my Facebook, and I try and visit my Facebook regularly because my page is actually just a critical thinking page. Well, it's an education discussion tool page, and I put all kinds of stuff on there, and I get a lot of really interesting things shared by people from all over the world. So I just like reading that stuff. But I was thinking this morning, and I said to myself, today is Sunday, and a lot of black folk, dress up for church, have breakfast or whatever, and they're dressed to the glitz, and gone to church. But do they ever question what the fuck they're actually doing? And I'm only speaking to certain demographics. And this morning I was thinking, and I said to myself, I need to actually just start calling out some of these white parasites, white female parasites, and also white male parasites. Because what I've noticed is that, you got to start from sort of the problem, but because nobody has addressed the problem, it replicates into different colors of the same problem. So I was like, what, this Joyce Meyers, she really knows how to talk and blab and, get people laughing and whatnot. And I was like, what, should I use profanity or whatever? But I'm like, what, I speak from my spirit. And I don't speak from a fucking textbook or some book written by, or translated, first of all, by a male, and second, by a white male who was a murderer. So, as well as not praying to goddesses, just that whole thing about the use of the word pray. Pray is very, it's very debilitating, and it's very submissive, and get down on your knees and bow your head back like you're getting lynched and stuff. So I don't like that word pray. But what I'm saying is that who the fuck is this person really? And Miss Myers, and why hasn't she actually said in her whatever she does to curate herself, that she does have the clout and the leverage? Why doesn't she take her ass to Congress and to the White House and say, look, I demand an executive order to start dismantling the social and economic architecture in the United States that is actually oppressing black people? And I think that if she took that stance, maybe I would have some kind of respect for her, because I was introduced to her by this a black male, and he was, just gloating over this woman. And then I listened to some of her stuff, and I was raised in a way to always question things, so and be free spirited, so I don't colonize my spirit through book knowledge. And he was talking about this person, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then at the same time, he's also working on his academia, but he had no idea that I was also working on some academia as well. So anyways, he was gloating about this white woman. So I saw some of her stuff. I'm like, yeah, she's a pretty slick talker. And then I heard that her husband died or something like that, and I'm like, whatever. But my point is, these people have leverage. There's another guy named Olsteen or something like that. And to be honest with you, I don't have any interest to like investigate them further, because that takes away from my time to actually spend on the stuff that truly will benefit us as a community and as a collective. And why haven't they even partnered together and said, okay, you know what, like call each other and said, okay, you know what, we're actually going to give back and we are going to dismantle this fucked up social and economic architecture. So why haven't they partnered up together and gone to the White House and said, look, we actually demand an executive order? Why are they up in Hillary Clinton's face and saying, you know what, we want an executive order, and get Hillary to chase after Obama and force him to do whatever he needs to do? Like, why do we even have to think that we need to get a fucking additional source, I guess, to implement something called an executive order? And it really breaks my heart to see, like, how they zoom into black faces crying with their hands up in the air or whatever in these huge auditoriums, and I'm like, that's some real shit, and they need to be called out. Where the fuck are they when, for example, Congress is having like their meetings or whatever? Do they go to these meetings? Do they do a review of like these little bills that are being filed and debated? And why don't they integrate their perspective into like part of dismantling that whole infrastructure or architecture that strategically dehumanizes black folk both socially and economically and environmentally? So where are they, and why are they so silent on that? So I don't even know what to call this video. I was going to call it something like a shout, calling out, white parasites, or, just some word to like really express. Well, they may see me as angry, but I'm not angry. I'm just observing something very pathological and very abusive. And when they can see me and say, oh, that's an angry black woman or whatever, I think that that's also an indication of the need to actually spit back and continue to do the work that many of us across wherever are doing. So to Joyce Meyers and that Olsteen guy, that particular guy, like the other day I saw a little quote, and he was just basically saying that, oh, you know what, just believe and don't question. And you know what, that's what predators actually do with children. Just believe me and don't question anything, right? So who the fuck are you? And this Joyce Meyers, like, what exactly is your agenda, right? You have the ability to make social and economic change because you actually are a very successful corporate type owner, and you live a very lovely lifestyle. But you know what, there's still a lot of hungry black folk, can't even pay their rent, can't even pay their fucking dues, and they gotta pay their stupid tights or whatever they're doing. So you guys need to take some fucking leadership and say, you know what, maybe we should like step back here and really examine our purpose. Because I was gonna, do a video and just like really, call out those black preachers, but I think what's really gross about them is that they have actually adopted the dirty white ways. And my thing is start from the root. And the root is actually in the supremacy of whiteness. And sometimes I'm like, you know what, I don't even want to talk about this shit, because it doesn't make me angry, but the thing is that my time is really expensive. And I like to work on a lot of like really creative and fun things, and in a very strategic way. And when I start focusing on this other stuff, like the supremacy of whiteness, of course they want the little nigger face, saying, oh yeah, she's mad, and yay, 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 keep her in poverty, and just profile her in these different ways, whatever. And I have some problems with that because, first of all, I don't fit the stereotype, and second, I was never raised to actually exploit people that don't know any better. And when you exploit people that don't know any better, you are actually an abuser. So Joyce Meyers and Mr. Olsteen, Miss Meyers and Miss Olsteen, you guys need to do fucking better, because you guys are actually exploiting our community, and like, to watch this stuff is just so disgusting. And the way our ancestors have actually spoken to us, through our maintaining of our own traditions, and I thank you for my father and the black males in our family for teaching us to just push back. And you really have to question your purpose. And you guys are actually parasites, and you guys are actually inflicting violence on people that don't know any better. And you know what? You need to do better. And I don't want any of your money, because your money is dirty money. It's dirty soul money. And you know, it's like blood diamonds. You know, I don't want those kinds of diamonds. And like that blood ministry stuff, I don't want anything to do with that shit. So I'm just saying to somebody that watches this and says, oh, there is this nigger out in, I'm north of the USA currently. Maybe that person can go back and say, wait a minute here, what the fuck are we doing? And why haven't you guys actually advocated for an executive order? You know, you guys are talking about like all this shit, and like that white Jesus and all that stuff, that actually makes sense to you guys because you're actually promoting something in the likeness of yourselves. But when I look at a white Jesus, I'm like, first of all, I'm not even a male. Second, that's a human. And third, everything is colonized and captured in a book. Give me a fucking break. And I'm sorry, we flower. And it's really upsetting. So I'm not gonna use like, you know, polished words and, you know, speak in a way to sort of look like a robot, but I'm just doing something called freeform. And you know, I just say whatever. And you guys really need to do something, and to move forward in a positive way, why not, like I said, go to President Obama and ask for that executive order and say, look, we want to actually be part of a movement to dismantle the social and economic architecture hurting black folk starting in the USA. And I think you would gain much more respect for that type of work related to addressing the roots of violence, which also comes from governance. So, you know what, get off your privilege table and, you know, get off your ass and go do something, because it's just disgusting for the educated of us to, like, watch you guys and, like, just look at these parasites. And, you know I'll probably get backlash from the black community, and that's fine. I can deal with that, but, you know, what the heck are you doing? And where is that executive order? You guys have the leverage to do that and get that in place. So, sorry, I was just listening to some really good music, actually. Mr. Jesse Green is really sexy, and some stuff from the 70s, sorry. So I was just trying to feel that vibe. But, yeah, so, I think I'm going to put up another video, I think, in the next 4 months following up on this topic, because I want this to start circulating. And like, I really don't care who has, like, you know, wants to bash or whatever, let them bash, because they clearly don't understand the implications of the ability to get an executive order. So maybe they don't even understand what that is, or maybe, you know, they're just scared, or I have no idea. But why should they do it, right? The people in privilege, go back to the system and dismantle the system, and then re-engineer a system, excuse me, a model that will actually work for everybody. Okay, so thanks for watching, and have yourselves a nice Sunday. And for those following my videos, thank you so much for your comments. I try and get back in like 24 hours, but I get a lot of comments, so, and I don't want to like hire a team to, do the commenting for me. I want to do it myself because I don't need somebody else sort of, misrepresenting my expression. So I do it all myself, the responding. So if I don't get back to you in 24 hours, then it's just that I'm responding to other things, and I'll eventually get back. Yeah. So anyways, thank you so much for watching and your continued support. Have yourself a really nice Sunday, and yeah, just start questioning, like, what exactly are these people doing, and how come they haven't addressed the parasitic nature in their selves. If I see that somebody doesn't know any better, I won't exploit them, because that's not even how I was raised, and my nature has never actually encouraged me to even begin to think to exploit a person and then exploit a person that doesn't know any better. So you guys are parasites, and you need to address that stuff. So thoughts, comments, backlash, ways forward, that's all welcome. So thank you for listening, and have yourselves a really nice day. Bye.